We've got a really strong service department here in Ontario. Our 2 vans are hitting all the arenas across the whole province.
We have the same in Sweden, that we cover all of the Scandinavia. I think our service staff is very important. We think that you need the annual maintenance each year to make the machine go better. Do you agree? It's to look the same in North America?
Yeah, 100%. We definitely have a schedule that we like to follow, and most arenas do follow it. They'll get a regular service from us, and we'll take care of everything from the front to the back.
What do you see the most common parts that are more important to take care of for the machine to don't break down during seasons?
Mainly the wear items. Like you got your tires for traction, squeegee on your conditioner, the chain and sprockets on the conditioner. Yeah. They stretch and they'll lash a little bit so that you won't actually pick up snow as quick. Your board brush, just regular everyday items, all the grease points, make sure that they grease their machines.
How about the bearings for the augers? Are there trouble in North America? We see it a lot in Scandinavia that we're changing a lot of bearings.
Yeah, we see that a lot here. And most of it has to do with the lack of grease, or they don't know how to properly grease. Like to properly grease the augers, you want them spinning at a low RPM, and you'll give them 3 to 4 pumps, and you want to do that daily.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of our customers missing that out, the daily of the maintenance. Which time of the year are the most busiest for you guys in the service?
Probably the summer, when everybody takes their ice out and they bring their machines back, and we do full inspections and basically repair anything that needs to be repaired. But we'll have 10 to 20 machines come back in the summer, and you only have so long to get them back for their ice season.
I think we have tried to start our annual maintenance by March, and it go on until October. And we get around 100-200 machines in just Sweden of 4 guys taking care of it. So it's a limited of time, and everyone wants to have a fresh machine when they start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes the time doesn't make up for it. So
yeah, we're also doing the maintenance on the road as well in the summertime too, right? So it's not just here. We'll still service all of Ontario in the summer months. Winter kind of slows down a little bit because everybody starts using their machines, but some things pop up and then we'll be on service calls, but mainly the summer for the busiest time.
We always try to never have a machine failure, so the rink has to close for a day or two. So I think the maintenance is very important to minimize the risk for emergency call-outs. In Sweden, we've seen a lot of arenas and municipalities that wants to have authorized mechanics to do the service of the machines, and we think that's very great because we have the knowledge about the machine because we build them. Do you see the same thing here in North America or in different ways?
For the most part, we have fleet services from different municipalities that are trained by us and know what to look for. Obviously, we would like to have factory service do the work because we know how the machine's built, we know how everything goes together, how it's supposed to properly work. There is people out there that try and do it themselves, but the right way to do it is to have a factory trained.
I think it's easier to spot on the next coming problem as well, and maybe see the critical error of the fault. In some cases, if you get some random mechanics, it can solve the problem, but he cannot see where the problem coming from because he don't have the knowledge of the machine.
Right.
So I think it's very, very important to have at least the annual service by a certified Zamboni service staff.
You want to perform your circle check every day so that you can have a walk around the machine, and you're going to make sure that you have any leaks. You're going to make sure that you grease all your points that you need to grease, and your tire pressures. Make sure everything's intact and nothing's going to go wrong. That way you're all set.
And then you're ready for the day to make sure you have the machine to make the best ice there is.
Absolutely.
You need to have a sharp blade, you need to have the board brush on and augers working. Without that, you don't making good ice, and then you have troubles. So the circle check, I think, it's critical to like you say, do every day to make sure that your machine don't emergency break down during the evening. So do the circle check. The one thing we want to give to you is, if you make your time to do the circle check and look after your machine every day, you will reduce your service cost, and you have a machine that will perform for years and years without any struggles.
I would say grease is probably the number one thing that you can do to help preserve your machine's life and your bearings. The lack of grease is probably 90% of the problem for things wearing out. And when people don't grease, that's when things start going wrong.
And if you have to change bearings every time you service the machine, something is wrong.
Yeah.
The bearings should last longer.
Absolutely.